Gandara Lani.
Ayun o.
Oo, pasa na ba ito?
Apat colony.
Sir, nakamute ka po. Pa-unmute na lang po.
Buti naman ba? Hindi ako narinig.
Good morning, sir.
Nakangiti pa si Anne. Hindi ako narinig. Oh. Alam video. Okay. Hello, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sa cellphone ko, 4 lang ang frame na nakikita kong pictures ng mga uma-attend, no? So pag nakikita niyo yung kamay kong nagta-turn page, naghahanap ako ng magagandang gusto kong makitang 4. so, hopefully may mahanap ako sa dami nyo. Ha? Yun, nakita ko na si Mami G. Ito maganda makita si Mami G. Good morning, Mami G. Morning, Mami G.
Morning, sir.
Well, unang-una, I just have few things for everybody, no? It's not very, it's not worrisome. It's not too important, but I think there's a great significance, no, of what I will tell you, of how we could move forward with recent development and cases that you've been hearing lately, no, about COVID. No? But first, before I jump into that, let me just say to everyone that we're concluding the month of December, and this is the last day of our month for December, and we could say that I think you all did well for not I think I I'm sure you all did well for this December, regardless of concepts. I've seen the performance of the restaurants in comparison of your last year with the COVID situation too. And I think I was looking at the MTD last month. It looks like there's a chance we may hit about 90% of our pre-COVID of December in 2019. And of course, this does not happen just like that. That what you see in the report is happen. And there's always a story behind these numbers, no? And the big stories behind these numbers are your stories in the stores, how you manage to sacrifice during time that you want to be with your families, with your kids or loved ones, no? Or boyfriends and girlfriends, no? At the night or on the eve of 24th and even Christmas days, no? That you and your teams, no, are in the restaurants, no? And it's going to be the same story on this eve of New Year, that all of you will be in the restaurants, no? Whether your BPs, directors, and GMs and managers, and even in the beginning of this year, no? So it takes a lot of sacrifice and guts to be like that, no? That's why I always say to everyone, this kind of job is not for everyone. And if you are into this and you're enjoying it and somehow you could manage it, you are in the right job, no? And I couldn't say much and appreciate much the kind of team that we have, no, in Bistro. And I couldn't choose better than you, no, to manage all our restaurants. So on behalf of our uh, leadership team, no, with Mr. Stelton, our ex-com, let me thank you. Let me thank you for sacrifices and a wonderful job that you did. No? And please express this to your teams, to your teammates, to your managers, and to your janitors, and to your cooks. No? So the sacrifices behind these numbers, no, are never forgotten. Again, thank you so much. No? And despite of a lot of uncertainties for this year because of the COVID situation, we were able to manage, to keep some track of growth, no, in the company. No, we just opened several brands and several restaurants, no, and I thought we did well, no, by opening these stores, no, and all the restaurants that we have opened. This includes uh, Watami, two Watamis, no, which are doing extremely well right now, no, in both locations. No, three Watamis, I'm sorry. And we opened the South Hall. It is a united color of Benetton, no, in one roof. No? And there are a lot of energies and teamwork and giving way, no, I would say, no, in making this new South Hall happen. No? I would like to take this opportunity also for those who made these things possible. No? Although they are not in charge of South Hall, I think our directors who were assigned there to help to set it up, sila Ann and Army, you know, and the rest of the teams, no, from the R&D teams, no, who help set up the South Hall. Thank you for your kindness, no, at unselfishness, no, in helping out to set up our South Hall. And at the same time, we've noticed also while others are performing very well as far as our all restaurants and brands are concerned, we've seen uh, an extraordinary result of some stores that we've seen for this month. No, I would like to shout out perhaps the very good performance of Friday's Mall of Asia and Friday's BGC. I think they they are really working hard, not because they are better than you, but because they have more customers to work with right now. So I'm sure everyone is working very hard, and I've seen these restaurants, no, maybe reaching. I think, I don't know if I would be wrong or right, but in my impression is that these restaurants would may hit their pre-COVID December sales now, and I think surely both stores will do 12 million for this December. So thank you so much for this team. I think we would like to commend you for an extraordinary work and extraordinary result, for the month of December. And we also opened few restaurants, in Shangri-La, namely Modern Shanghai, and in Alabang. After Watami, we opened a combined Fishco and Modern Shanghai. And I would like to report to you that we were also lucky with these locations. I think we did a beautiful stores, with a very little renovation cost. I think Nelson and his team, they have worked tremendously for this month, for this year, because they are incapacitated. There's only two-man team in the team of Nelson, and we've been opening stores, and we are preparing to open more stores next year. And when you open stores for the first quarter of next year, the hard work really starts by this year, this last quarter of December. So they are very busy right now, working on your restaurants to be open further. And Nelson is not here, but he's equally contributed so much for us this year. And because of the success that we've seen, usually may mga ganyang epekto yan, di ba? Sometimes you test the water in one locations. When you see good results, we test the water in Shangri-La that we are ang Shangri-La kasi is slow starter yan even in the past, and we have some reservations of opening restaurants in Shangri-La. But because of the results that we've seen also, that Italianis and Watami sales are continuously progressing, including their financial results. This prompted us to open one store of Modern Shanghai, which with a very small location, I think it's going to make about more than 105 or 100,000 ADS, or daily sales, with the 70 or 70 square meter or 80 square meter. This is a very small place in Shangri-La. And I think that will do well as far as the financial is concerned. Because of that, we are looking at, Gia has gotten in touch with the management of Shangri-La to relay the message that we intend to look at opening two more concepts in Shangri-La, namely Texas Roadhouse and Randy's Donuts, both in Shangri-La. I think these are big brands that can make another wave in Shangri-La, or in that mall. So those are the things that I would like to emphasize no, before I jump no, into our next conversation. So let me just start with uh, uh, what do we expect perhaps by tomorrow or beginning or yeah, that's tomorrow is November, the January 1. So cases are rising, but you see the government still allows us to enjoy this kind of uh, uh, festive mood, no? Hindi killjoy ang government. No? You see, they did limit the seating capacity until now. They allowed things to happen, but believe me, the cases have been rising, 1,500 a day now. No? This may rise to about a level of 5,000 cases again. So what does it entail to us? No, we can't do anything but to go back again to the same principle of how to protect us. No, the protocols are, are not changing. It's going to be the same. The protocols are the same. No? To be careful, to wear your mask, do not eat together with your staff, no, or your team members. Control their break time. No, they don't have to eat all together. If you see anybody not wearing mask, you have to be the one to make it sure that the discipline is there, that you keep others safe because others are doing their part to be safe. No, nobody should be exempted in the restaurant not to follow protocols. So I expect each one of you, especially our GMs here, to be the one who will impose, no, who will say, and who will influence, no. Alam mo, leaders are like you, who has a lot of influencing ability, no. So if you don't have that, you're not a leader. No? So that's why I always believe GMs are the most important pillars, no, of our organization because they set the pace. No? If there's no breakdown, if there's a breakdown of discipline in your restaurants, it's on you. It's nobody else mistake, no, it's on you. And GMs does not, sabi nga nila, di ba, leaders do not make, they do not leaders makes results, not excuses. So if you think sometimes you have excuses, just keep it to yourself and think twice what's wrong with you and what's wrong with the policy that you're doing, and plan to change and improve on it. So what I'm saying is, you're the one who's responsible with an overall adherence of everybody to protocols, no? Meaning, I don't like to see your staff, eating all together, even in an outdoor, no? I don't like them sitting together in an outdoor, much more that you're eating together with them. You have to protect yourself, you have to protect your family, you have to protect everyone else now. When the Micron is here, let's assume Micron has already a local transmission, no, with a lot of partying right now happening around, in Metro Manila. Let's assume these are all Micron. And Micron contaminates 70 times faster, no, than other variants. No? So 70 times faster. So assume na pag namulay mata ng kasama niya, may micron yan. No? Assume pag may inubo, may micron. So keep yourself safe. No? So if you're indoor, especially you, hindi lang ikaw, it's your responsibility to keep your staff, everyone safe in your restaurant. Hindi lang yung pansarili nyo. So how we keep our people safe is, you will have to make hard decision to make it sure that they follow the protocols. No, that's the only way. No, meaning, kaya nga malakas ng sense of humor ng leader, di ba? A leader shouldn't be a boring leader. Kaya ang leaders na hinahanap natin, na katulad nyo, yung nakakapagpa-implement, no? Yung hindi kailangan maging mang-asar o maging salbahe para makapag-implement. Use your charm, use your sense of humor. that everybody follows protocol. No? Ngayon, kung medyo matitigas talaga ang ulo, tawagin niyo ako, pipingutin ko. Gaganunin ko lang ng konti. Ano. So, ganun lang talaga yon. Kailangan lang manggagaling sa atin ang discipline no, ng protocols natin. Remember, it's not only to keep you safe, it is also to keep others safe. No? As a leaders, it's your responsibility to keep others safe. You can only do that by making it sure that they wear the mask no, while they are in the restaurant. Especially, lalo na kang mga GM, napapansin ko, you have to assert na you as a GM, you are the GM of the whole restaurant. You're not the GM of the dining. So when you're a GM of the whole restaurant, everybody reports to you, including the kitchen manager of that restaurant, including the cook. You are the boss there. You're not the boss of the dining. It's not because you came from a dining before you become a GM. No. That kitchen is not your concern. When you become a GM, you're the GM of the whole restaurant, all the staff in your restaurant. So ang kitchen manager nyo should have the same playbook with you. Should not have the same policy with you. Everybody follows what's your policy, no? Including your kitchen manager. So sana klaro 'yon. Pag hindi ganun sa inyo, sabihin nyo sa akin, tutulungan ko kayong ayusin yan, ha? Pag hindi ganun sa inyo. Tutulungan ko kayong ayusin yan. Okay. So, to be proactive ngayon, since I assume that a lot of your staff, when everybody are going out to parties, if not going out to parties, a lot of your people are using the public transport system. I assume there are assume nyo na to, there are a lot of COVID cases in your restaurant, including some of your management staff. Why do we need to assume this? Because everybody is out, everybody is partying. Just to be very careful about it. And by assuming this, we will do some protocols here. No? We will do antigen testing with everybody who is working, no? Who are working. If you're working, whether your managers, your staff, or an executive, you have to have antigen test, no? So where do we get this antigen test, no? We will provide the antigen test for everybody, no? So I would like to call on Marilu to speed up this process of antigen and be proactive with the next antigen. So meaning we should have abundant supply of antigen before we don't have an antigen. So I was told that antigen will be coming. I hope it will come, no? By January 3. And if this is ang gagawin natin, lahat ang general policy is everybody will have an antigen test, no? Pagka nagkaroon tayo ng positive sa antigen 10, assume nyo na may COVID siya. Kung gusto niya magpa second test ng ano bang tawag dito, yung RT-PCR test. No? If you want them or they want an RT-PCR test, they can do that, but assume they have COVID and they have to rest at home, no? Magka-quarantine na yan sa bahay, no? Ngayon kung gusto nilang magpa-validate pa na baka hindi COVID yon, they can do that with their local government. Mas maluwag na ngayon ang testing unlike before, no? At kung sa private naman mas cheaper na. Even in Red Cross, I used to get to a drive-through for RT-PCR saliva. I used to pay 2,200. Ngayon sa Red Cross, 1,500 na lang drive-through, no? And I think sa lahat ng local government, they encourage ngayon ang testing, no? So, uunahin muna natin yung antigen. Marilu will help us out here. So to make it sure that we have enough antigen and the future antigen. So what will this mean? We will have a self DIY, no? Do it yourself antigen test, no? So you will be asked to go here to the office, you know, kayo magsarili nyo. May instruction naman yon, madali lang, no? titignan nyo kung positive kayo o negative. Si Marilu will have a policy or protocol where to do that, how to do it, how to dispose your test kit, no? So we're not going to be also a risk, no, to anybody. So yun ang gagawin natin, no? So ang pwedeng susunod natin gagawin, no? Bibigay namin yung antigen sa inyo. Doon kayo sa office, lahat ng papasok sa inyo, magre-report na staff. Tawagin nyo, o ka rito, mag-antigen ka muna. Ha? Doon ka sa office mag-antigen. Pagka nag-antigen siya, pag positive, okay, uwi ka na muna. Pagka negative, pasok siya. No? Kailangan muna natin gawin ng antigen to make it sure we do the basic here. No? So, we will advise you as to when this is going to happen. Now, if the antigen initial supply is not enough, what we will do is distribute it and do a randomly, no, or random test among all your people. Kunyari, we will distribute this equitably muna, no, kung as to the number of people that you have, and do it randomly, no, to your people. So doon pa lang makikita na natin ang positivity rate, no, sa ating cases, na kung positive sila o hindi sila positive. Okay? So ano pang susunod natin gawin? What is the best armor of resistance, no, with COVID? Armor of resistance. Hindi ko sinasabing this is an antidote that you cannot have COVID. If you've seen and proven, no, here and worldwide, the best armor of resistance is to have a vaccine, right? And vaccine right now is not enough. You have to have boosters, okay? And what we've seen right now with a pattern in the US and Europe, at least kasi tayo, we see the playbook. Things happen or evolve in other countries or Western countries ahead of us. Ang kagandahan, ang upside nun, before it happened to us, napanood na natin because there's a pattern or playbook already that had happened in the US and in Europe. No? Eh ngayon, ang sabi sa US, hindi naman tayo mas magaling sa US. Napakagaling ng scientists ng mga US, no? Yung mga labs nila dyan. What the US is saying generally is that ang Omicron, no, the upside is if you get Omicron, you'll be immune to Delta. So, kung ayaw nyo magka-Delta, magka-Omicron na kayo. Yun ang sinasabi. So, but the negative side of Omicron, it is very contagious, 70 times more contagious than the previous. No? What does it mean? Mas mahirap sa mga enclosed places. No? So, when you are on duty and your management and your staff are in closed places, that's the more time that they have to be wearing masks, no? And before they, they touch their face, they have to, use alcohol. Okay. Ngayon, ang Omicron naman, if there's a bad side, there's a good side, no? Ang Omicron, ang good side is not as potent as we thought, no? It is more transmissible, but it's not as bad as what we thought, no? Meaning, pag vaccinated ka, sigurado kang magiging mild, no? Or asymptomatic if you're vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, that's the problem. You could be, maging serious ka, no? Or severe, okay? Now, just this morning, I'm listening to the news. One of the hospitals here in Metro Manila had 4 cases of COVID, no, went to their hospital. And all of them are not vaccinated, no? All of them are not vaccinated. And 2 of them is asymptomatic and 2 of them is somehow serious. Ano ba yung susunod sa ano? Hindi naman severe. Ano ba yung susunod sa mild? Yung susunod sa mild, no? A little bit symptomatic, no? But the thing is, moderate. Ano pa ba susunod sa moderate?
Moderate and severe and then critical.
Nasa severe yung dalawa. yung hindi vaccinated. Yung dalawa asymptomatic, mild sila, pero hindi sila lahat vaccinated. Magtataka kayo bakit konti lang ang nare-report na nasa hospital na vaccinated. Kasi pag vaccinated, nasa bahay lang, no? Nasa asymptomatic, nilalagnat. So, ang bad side is, that's why I was telling you, you assume that you have a lot of cases in your restaurant because lahat tayo vaccinated them. And a lot of our people and staff and management may have it already, but they are asymptomatic because we are vaccinated. That's what I'm saying. No? So that's why we need boosters. No, we need boosters for everyone. And the upside is we have a lot of vaccines right now available, no, in Metro Manila and everywhere else. No? So there's no reason not to have boosters. No? So we will require booster shots. No? So ito magiging trabaho nyo ngayon. Kaya ko kayo pinatawag din. No? You will have a major responsibility about these COVID cases. No? Your responsibility, I will call another meeting after a week, no, in January. Your role now is to make it sure you will have a list or matrix of all your employees and management. No? At meron kayong data doon kung kailan yung last vaccinations nila at kailan yung second dose nila. No? Kung kailan sila nag-second dose, kailangan meron na silang booster. No? Hanggang 15 days tayo, hanggang January 15. Meaning, bibigyan natin sila ng time magpa-booster. So after a week, I will meet you again. You will tell me sino na nakakapagpa-booster for that week. At yung qualified mag-booster, yung 3 months, yung last period nila, last job nila, 3 months after the last job, they should have booster already. So lahat ng nag 3 months yung from last job nila, yung second job, should have boosters, no? So after 1 week, sabihin niyo sa akin kung sino tong mga qualified na to at sino pa yung hindi qualified, at least alam din natin, at sino na naka-booster. So another week, sa January 15, which is our deadline, no? Lahat na naka 3 months pag January 15, we expect all of them to have boosters, no? So kung walang naka-boosters pa at hindi pa sila naka-boosters, they can report at home without pay. Doon na lang sila maghugas muna ng plato at magtrabaho sa bahay. No? Nobody goes to the restaurant without boosters if they are qualified. No? This is to protect everybody, no? Not for 1 or 2 person. So everybody, including management staff, no, should have boosters by January 15 if you're qualified. So kayo mangunguna dyan, mga GMs, managers, no, you should have boosters before January 15 to make it sure that you're okay because you're the forefront of this battle. You cannot be in the forefront of this battle without risking yourself to die, no, without proper gadget, no, without proper tools, no, that you have with you. Hindi pwedeng walang bala susugad sa gera, di ba? So kayo ang forefront niyan, dapat kayo ang well protected, no. Di bali nga kami. Kayo kumbaga kayo yung 12 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours nasa kayo enclosed area, di ba? So mas delikado kayong lahat diyan. So kailangan kayong magpa-booster. So it's up to you now. I'm sure hindi naman natin masyadong problema yan. I know exactly that lahat ng staff natin na nag-active since na nagpa vaccine na yan in the past. I'm sure the high probability, no, of them wanting to have booster is very high, no. In fact, baka maging issue pa ngayon yung pila or inallow na kasi ang A4 sa booster, baka mas mahaba pila. But I don't think so. Kaya kayo ngayon, wag tutulog-tulog, no? Baka may booster dyan sa mga lugar nyo, dyan sa mall nyo, kayo manguna. Hindi yung kayo ang pinagsasabihan pa ng staff nyo, no? Kayo manguna, alamin nyo ang nangyayari sa mall nyo. Minsan nasa mall nyo, may mga booster shots dyan eh. Libre, di ba? O kayo na manguna. Pa-booster nyo yung mga staff nyo. Tapos pa-schedule nyo, kayo gumawa ng schedule kung saan, no? Find a way, help them out. Make it happen, no? Be active with this. Hindi kayo po pwedeng kayo yung tatahi-tahimik at kayo yung walang pakialam, di ba? Kayo ang dapat manguna. You have to organize your people to get boosters. Kayo ang pinaka-voice dapat for everybody to get booster. You organize this, no? Hindi pwedeng it's not my job, it's not my concern, it's not my my idea, no? So it's all our job right now, no? So I encourage each one of you to step forward, play an active role about these vaccines. You know why? Remember, there's a book, Who Moved My Cheese, di ba? I hope I'm correct, no? But the gist is, you know, hindi, anong book ba yun? Tama. The gist is, you know, everybody sometimes think it's not your concerns, it's not my concern, it's not our concern.
Good.
Okay, medyo tumahimik na. Parang nandito si Odette. Yeah. Okay, nawala na si Odette. Okay. The message there is, a lot of times, people think it's not their concern, it's not my concern. You know, it's not everybody's concern. No? Until such time it hits them and they get affected and their families get affected, it becomes their concern. No? That's the gist of the story. No? Meaning, if you think it's not your concern right now to get your family, your neighbors, your staff, your team members, your loved ones, no, to get booster shots or get vaccinated, until such time that the Philippines get back to its worst nightmare again, that we get back to lockdown again, that you cannot work again, that there's a blackout again of work, no, that the market had closed, and you don't have, and everybody would not have an income again. Now it affects you. When it affects you, now you realize, wow, that simple thing of vaccination or getting booster, in the past, I thought it does not affect me. But now it's now affecting me because I have no work again. Even I'm able, ang lakas-lakas nyo, wala nga naman pasok. Nakita nyo naman yung istorya na yan, di ba? 2 taon na tayong ganyan, no? Roller coaster. So what I'm telling you, it should be everybody's concern to contribute to the well-being of this nation, because if not, somewhere, and sometime, this will affect you. This will reach you, everybody else. No? So we have to act now. We have to work harder now, no? For this. Okay, at ang isasama nyo lang ngayon, no? Para rin sigurado tayo. No? Lahat ng staff nyo, practice nyo na rin yung setup nyo sa front door nyo, all your staff and management, when they get to work, magko-contact trace na rin sila, no? Mag-QR code sila ng contact tracing, tapos mag-sanitize na rin sila ng kamay. Para man lang, bago sila pumasok, kung sakaling makalimot sila mag-alcohol sa kamay nila bago sila magbihis ng uniform, maggalawin yung mukha nila at yung nose nila, no, o yung bibig nila, at least alam nyo na kapag alcohol sila ng kamay, baka ma-miss nila yung potential risk ng COVID, di ba? So Lahat ng papasok ng restaurant, kahit sarado pa kayo, pag pa-duty sila ng umaga at even sa gabi, require them to, like customers, require them to enter their QR code and have their hands sanitized. No, that's one. No, maging mahigpit tayo. I understand. Sometimes there are. Pag sinabi ko mahigpit, wag namang hindi ko ibig sabihin na masyado kayong aggressive, no, sa looking for vaccine card, no. There are a lot of ways how to skin the cat, no, meaning in a very respectful manner, make it sure that every single customers who goes inside your restaurant should have vaccination card, no. So everybody will be encouraged to get vaccinated. Otherwise, pag hindi niyo sila binigyan ng vaccination card, ay nanapan, hindi yung mga nakakalusot na walang na hindi pa vaccinated, makakapasok sa mga restaurants yan, di ba? So always look for vaccination card, no? About it, no? In a very respectful manner, no? Ang style lang diyan pag grupo sila, pag para hindi matagal, while because you can only talk to one person at a time, because it is disrespectful to talk, no, while you're talking to a person in front of you. So while you're talking, kunyari family sila, 4 sila o 5 sila, nakapila sa likod dahil nag-uusap pa kayo about vaccination card and protocols. Pwede nyo na naman sila sabihan na, ma'am, pwede pong labas na lang po yung mga vaccine cards, no. So para sila before their turn, nakahanda na yung vaccination card. Naasar lang naman yung tao pag matagal yung turn, di ba? Yung iba kasing tao, pagkaharap ka, dun lang maglalabas ng vaccine card. Tatagal talaga yon. So kung medyo mahaba na yung queue, no. Kung kung marami sila, no, ahead of time, announce nyo na, please kindly bring out your vaccination card, please, no, to be ready, just to be ready. Okay? Okay. So ngayon 31, there would be, I expect the operations for a lot of stores, you know, some may see spike, you know, a little spike, medyo rush pa din, and may slow down very very early, no. For some stores, maraming take out ngayon, deliveries, no, for 31st, and a lot of malls are going to close earlier, no, 6 o'clock yata, iba 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So expect, except some stores may get some surprise peak, but nevertheless we may see a little slow today, no, not exactly slow as what we've seen in the past, because what we've seen right now is different from the past, no. Parang laging peak days ngayon. Even yung after Christmas, we've been seeing a lot of customers in the restaurants. Malalakas yung restaurants natin. So expect for the worst. It pays to be ready all the time. Do not get caught, no, that you don't expect that there would be customers, no. So there would be few locations, like Conrad and BGC. I don't know if there are some more that will have fireworks, no. And these fireworks, you know, I know exactly that this fireworks activity, especially in Conrad and BGC, ang dami activity niyan. Hindi naman actually busy yan, di ba? Pero mga oras lang na busy yan dahil yung pagpasok ng lahat. In fact, before fireworks, medyo mas tahimik pa yan. Yung iba dyan, papasok na 8 o'clock, mag-aantay na, or 9 o'clock, or 7 o'clock, mag-aantay na yan ng ano. So kung nandiyan na sila, isang turn lang naman kayo sa reservation nyo, di ba? So pag nagpapasok kayo dyan, isang turn lang yan. Pumunta man ng 7 o'clock yan, ng 8 o'clock yan, ng 9 o'clock yan. Hindi naalis sa lamesa natin yan, yung sa ano na yan. So yung unang pag-organize yan, mag-i-slam kayo. Ang kagandahan niya, hindi naman sabay-sabay order ng food yan, because iba-ibang oras darating yan. At pag umorder ng food na yan, pag nakakain na yan, hindi na masyado ma-islam yung kusina, isang islam lang yan, dahil hindi naman magkakaroon ng turnover yung table, right? Okay? So kung nasa Mall of Asia kayo o nasa BGC kayo, aabutan nyo yung peak niyan, no? Diyan, no? Yung mga wala namang activity, So pag sarado nyo, you can go home, no? So you can attend your usual na 31st, no, na celebrations, no. No, as we practice in the past, all of you take turns, you give chance to another, whether your high officers or or middle managers. I'm sure you work with your team to make it sure you distribute this holiday season, no. You take some day off with your team members, or your management team also take turns, no. Hindi pwedeng happy ng 24, 25, 31, 1, no. Bigayan niya, no. Pag meron ka ng 24, meron sila naman sa 31 or 1 or 25, no. So you should distribute this, no. Especially when you're a GM, you should have accorded the same. At the same time, do it also to your management team, no. Na magbibigayan kayo, no. Kailangan kayo influence diyan, no. Hindi yung kayo laging day off, sila hindi, no. So hindi ko sinasabing kailangan na kailangan nagwo-work kayo lahat ng 24, 25, 31, 1. What I'm saying is take your turn, no. Hindi naman tayo kaartehan na lang yung magpakita kayo diyan ng lahat ng araw kahit di naman kailangan, di ba? So make it sure you take your turn. You could enjoy also holidays, no? Some holidays with your family. On the other hand, make it sure that your people, that your managers enjoys the same as what you enjoy for, no? So ngayon mga GMs, yung mga walang fireworks, so you're luckier than other, you can go home earlier, no? Yung mga GMs naman diyan sa may mga fireworks, no? Some of you, kung yung mga tao nyo, sila yung naka-assign ngayon ng 31 na magsasacrifice, you can go home earlier, no? Kung kayo abutin nyo yung 31, either abutin nyo o hindi, I don't mind, no? I'm sure you organize this among yourselves already, no? And sa mga directors naman natin, no? I'm sure all of you are preparing for those stores, no, or areas that you have these fireworks, right? So minsan pag di na kayo kailangan, pwede na rin kayo umiskierda, no. Baka mas natuwa pa sila, no. Huwag kayong masyadong panggulo na sa store siguro, no. Pagka nakatapos na yung setup, especially pagka dinner, pagtapos ng, wag niyo aabutin ng putukan, no. Before putukan, umiskierda na kayo, no. Two things. So makahabol pa kayo sa family niyo ng dinner o ng 31st, no. Second, pag inabot nyo yung putukan, sabay-sabay mag-bill out yan, no. 2:00 na kayo makakauwi niyan. So wag niyo na kayong makisabay kasi sabay-sabay yan ng putukan. Kasi pagdating naman ng nag-aantay ng putukan, wala nang peak hours yan, di ba? Lahat yan puro time waster na lang sa inyo yan, puro chika-chika na lang kayo diyan. Umuwi na lang kayo para mas maganda, no. So and then ngayon may mga in-schedule kayo ng 1, merong may day off, no. Merong hindi. So I hope just be conscious. I don't mind whether you're on duty or not on the first or New Year. I'm sure you organize this with your teams, yung alternate kayo, no, during holidays, no. At just be cautious or aware that nagkataon ngayon ang auno natin is pumatak ng, I would say, Saturday, tama? Saturday ba ang 1?
Yes.
So
Yes,
so ang 2 natin is Sunday, no? We don't know because we are usually ang 1 for some stores, no? May mga malakas na stores, MOA, BGC, no? But generally mild lang tayo ng 1, no? Hindi naman late na 'yan, 'di ba? So pwede talagang mag-off yung iba sa inyo, no? Tapos ang tingnan nyo lang, yung 2, we never experience kasi ang 2 ngayon nasa Sunday, 'di ba? Parang weekend. Baka lang expect nyo na baka may tao, no, sa Sunday. So you might as well make it sure that your respective teams, no, kung wala man kayo doon, kung day off nyo man 'yan, make it sure you are prepared, no? It's always better to be prepared than get surprised, no? To under-prepare, no? That you get full, okay? So, assume natin, hindi natin alam kung tatahimik na yung mga tao, tinapos lang ang Holy Week, di ba? Ay, ang holidays, hindi natin alam, yung takot nila ba sa variant, uh, matatapos, magi-spread until January. Hopefully not, no? So, we will see the first, trend natin, no? By the way, I'm sorry, I think I forgot this. Did I mention that we opened a store in Las Flores Greenbelt? Nabanggit ko ba? Hindi,
No,
hindi.
hindi pa, sir.
Hindi. Sorry, yun ang una kong sanang sasabihin. Well, ang recent opening natin ngayon, hindi namin kayo naimbitahan kasi bawal ngayon mag-gathering, no? Tsaka very rush to, no? At I've seen how William worked harder for this, no? Very stressful. His team, William and his team, worked very hard to open Las Flores Greenbelt, no? Before we turn the next year, no? We were supposed to open this next year, but we were able to open it this year. And I saw how yung pagod niya to maghakot ng chairs, tables, to organize, whether makakapag-open ba o hindi. We have some issues with contractors and the rest. No? So, it's very stressful on his part. I know how stressful it is. And when we open the store, it's very strong. Wala siyang lean hours. No? The last 2 days that it has been open, I think the first day it did 251. Yesterday was 247. So it's a busy restaurant. It has a very good location. Let's also congratulate William and thank William for his effort, no, to open Las Flores in Greenbelt. I think it's a beautiful store that was done gracefully, nicely, and I've been there for almost every day. I know how difficult to have staffing and training right now, but so far I don't get nervous kahit maraming tao. They are well staffed. They are may mga stores tayo pag nandun ako, medyo kinakabahan ako. Eto parang kahit dire-diretso yung tao, maraming customers, alam mo mga bago yung mga staff, pero it looks like it's calibrated, it's well managed, no? And good job to Sir William Abwell. Congratulations, Sir William Abwell. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at advance Happy New Year to everyone. See you next year. Okay.
Happy New Year.
Bye, sir. Happy New
Thank you.
Year. Bye-bye po.
Everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year, everyone.
All. New Year, everyone.
Bye, sir.
New Year, sir.
Happy
New Year.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year. Bye,
Happy New
sir.
Year, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Happy
Bye-bye.
New Year. Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Ma'am, thank you po. Happy New
Happy New Year, Ma'am Marilu. Happy New Year, everyone. Goodbye.